Good morning, bright and early in Las Vegas, just before 7 a.m., and welcome to another edition of Wake Up and Win with Teddy Covers. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. Let's talk about where the markets are moving and why they're moving in that direction. We're going to work on the two sports that I'm involved with right now, NBA and MLB, and of course, we'll start in the association. Looking at the Mavs and the T-Wolves, game one tonight. Really, we haven't seen a whole lot of movement on this game one. There's fours, there's 4.5s out there. It opened 4. So I guess we'll say a little bit of Minnesota money, but nothing significant, nothing to write about, a little bit of Minnesota money is what we've seen. Total-wise in this one, basically, we've seen two-way action. So the markets aren't moving in one direction or the other for the total. There was some under money, there was some over money. It's basically right now sitting where it opened. So for Minnesota Dallas, not a lot of movement prior to game one. And that goes for the series price as well. Series price, we've seen some Minnesota money. T-Wolves open in the 150, 160 range. It was as high as 180 out there. Look at the WagerTalk free live odds screen right now. I'm seeing anywhere minus 175 to minus 190 for Minnesota at home. So they've taken a little bit of series money. But really, this has not seen a ton of action. And I'm not expecting to see a ton of action on a lot of these NBA games at this stage of the season. We have, fewer NBA games remaining in the 2024 campaign than we had like in a 2-day stretch in February right now. Even if all the series go to all the series remaining go to game 7. So you're going to look for a handful of spots. There will be times when the markets do react in the conference finals and in the NBA finals. But by and large, we're not expecting a whole lot of big line moves at this stage of the season in the association. And we're not seeing anything in that regard for game one tonight. Before I talk about Indiana and Boston after last night's thriller, I do want to ask you guys one quick favor. If you like the show, just click that like. Done. That's it. Thank you. If you don't like the show, you don't have to click the like. But if you do, I really appreciate it. It makes all the difference. If you want to comment, we love the comments. If you want to check out WagerTalk.com or check out my page or check out my plays, wt.buzz/TC, by all means, thank you. Subscribe to the channel. But all I ask, please, just click like if you like this show. It makes all the difference for us. So thank you. When we talk about Pacers and Celtics after last night's OT thriller, interesting what the markets have done for this. Boston opened game 2 anywhere between -8 and -9, and the initial money came from Boston, bet up to -9. So the 8s and 8.5s got wiped out. There's still a couple of 8.5s out there, but not many. So the first bets are saying, yeah, Indiana, you had your chance, you blew it. And here come the Celtics. So that number, pretty much 9. Total-wise, 224.5. Pretty much at the open, 224.5. And mostly 224.5s out there right now after game one. Flew over the total, but that had everything to do with Indiana flying over the total and the game going into overtime. Although it did get there by the end of regulation. Nonetheless, the total has been adjusted up, 224.5. And really, the opener from game one was, 219.5 and got bet up to 222, 223. So the market's paying attention to the fact that Boston was very willing to run with Indiana and play at the Pacers' preferred pace in game one, hence the adjustment in the total for game 2. 5 points off the opener in game 1, which is fairly significant at this stage of the season. From a series price standpoint, Boston, I'm seeing anywhere from -1,200, -1,300, -1,800. Of course, those are outlier books that cater to only the recreational bettors, but nonetheless, Celtics, +800 for the dog, +750 for the Pacers, which isn't a huge adjustment compared to what we saw prior to game one. We saw a little bit of Indiana money. Remember that it was down to +600. Now it's +800, +850. So the market's not discounting Indiana completely, despite the fact they blew a game one. They're saying, yeah, they still got a 1 in 8, 1 in 10 chance to win the series, even after losing that tight one last night. So it's not a huge series adjustment. I thought the series adjustment might be bigger, and it wasn't. So they're saying the Pacers likely to remain competitive like they were in game one of the series. Let's shift our focus to MLB. You know me, I love this time of day. That's why we do the show right here, because this is when the WagerTalk live odds screen lights up like a Christmas tree, and we can see where all the early money is coming in baseball action for today. And again, we've got early start games. Those usually attract under money or often attract under money. Not a ton of early start games today, but a good handful. What do we got? 5 or 6. So let's see what the markets are showing right here as we look at the Wager Talk free. And of course, it's free, man. Just check it out. Free live on screen at WagerTalk.com. You know the drill. Anyhow, right now, money showing for the Milwaukee Brewers against the Marlins. No surprise there. We've seen a little bit of Milwaukee money already in this series. And that was minus 130, minus 135 at the opener. I'm seeing as high, the minus 140 right now. And again, we're just talking little, nothing huge. There's something big, I'll tell you. This is a big move. But no, we're seeing a little action towards Milwaukee. We're seeing a little action towards San Diego. Nothing significant in that game. We've seen under money for Snell and the Giants coming off the DL. They love Jones for Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh can't hit. I understand why Pittsburgh takes under money a lot. That was 7.5 juice to the over. That was 7.5 juice to the under in early betting action right now. Again, look at the Wager Talk free live odds screen. A little bit of Cubs money against the cold Braves right now, and Steele's pitched well. And what else are we seeing on the screen right now? Really, it's not a huge move. So Yankees money against Seattle. That's one that we've seen. The Yankees coming off a loss last night. They're expecting the Bronx Bombers to bounce back. But it's interesting because Cortez hasn't been a guy who the markets have been particularly excited about. And many of these moves, we're talking about MLB betting market moves for the side, has a lot to do with these starting pitching matchups. One more worthy of note, a little bit of Rangers money against the Philadelphia Phillies. The markets, we talked a little bit about the markets not respecting Baltimore. Markets don't respect Philadelphia all that much either, considering, when Wheeler and Nola's on the hill, yeah, they get a little bit of respect in the marketplace. But when anyone else is starting for Philadelphia, we haven't seen them attract the big prices that some of the more elite favorites in MLB tend to do. And Philly, again, they're not taking money right now. The money's coming for Texas in that one in early betting action today. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang out with me on the Wake Up and Win podcast. And again, appreciate the likes, appreciate the follows very much. We got a couple of great deals at WagerTalk.com if you want to get on board, including one that goes all the way through the start of the preseason, where basically you get every play every day, and discounted prices. Look, the 5% big ticket report last night, suspended game, Orioles and St. Louis, so we don't know how it's going to fare, and that, of course, is check your book for rulings. I'll talk about that a little bit more on Wager Talk today, this morning, live, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. But for the purposes of Wake Up and Win, that's all I got. Enjoy the day. Thanks for watching. Cheers.